The Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
Right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. So that was kind of weird, but really didn't reveal much. Now, it did reveal that there was possibly a backside of this mall. Lower parking garage. Okay, that's the only way to get into certain the back way in. You'd have to walk down the steps actually. Now something's going on. That's a whole mall, I guess, right, or something like that. Yeah. So that all needs to be healed. And I don't want to go into the parking garage, but I'm going to end up going in there. Just go in there long enough to spin around. Right. We're hunting ghosts. Just wish I had my coffee. Jeez. Man, nice cup of coffee. I mean, I drank half a cup, but left it home. Well, there is questions of whether certain areas are under siege by direct energy. I mean, I don't know what it is. I know something exists there, and I know it can't just be metaphysical. Okay, so that takes me down there. I don't want to do that. So I want to go around here. Yeah. I guess I'm supposed to go around this way. Right. Well, there's not a real island there. It's just kind of painted. A lot of people going in shopping, family type thing. Right. Well, you know, the biblical model, the Torah model is King Solomon. He blessed the people. So again, that's what wealthy people, that's what kings or queens are supposed to do instead of, pontificating about their own wonderfulness. 100%. You clue. It's really dark up here, and I know that's just a byproduct of nighttime, but that is the way it's being seen. Again, it's in connection with something else. And it's a very dark time period because I seem to be around a lot of places that are dark. Does it mean I'm going out more at night? Possibly, but it has a connection to a. Oh, geez, see, this is a setup. Let me get on out of this thing here. So when you go to pull out, it's a metaphysical setup. It's just like a hit when they're trying to take you out. You try to pull out, and then the cars all of a sudden shift, and you can't get out. And you're stuck in the middle of the road, and you got to, juke left, juke right, just to get around everything, so you can be out of the way. So nobody can down you for being in the middle of the road and stop into traffic. You devils do that because then you get really down again. Thank you, Kansas City Hospice healed. Thank you, Larry. So people that are nice and work at hospices and volunteer their whole life, when they're dying, they go, "This is because you worked at the hospice. This is why this is happening." This is the kind of shit they do to me every day, and you've heard them say it too, physically. Oh, wait, this is not the road I want to go down. All right. Actually, I want to heal it. Whoa. Heal 92nd there. State line, because we don't want the burns. A fire. There's gonna be a fire. Whoa. Burns McDowell or McDonald, whatever it was the Q. All right, Rocker, seal that one. Okay, there's an arson bug around here, but it's like a metaphysical thing. 100%. Nobody's actually an arsonist. They're possessed to be an arson. Yeah, the school was up in flames after I saw the fire down 22nd. So then I saw it 2 places. So that's an entity, an arson entity, trying to possess people to it. Thank you, Larry. Let me go this way. Thank you, bro. I may have been down this road before, but it's nighttime. I can't tell. Check my GPS records. Have you ever down this road before? Somebody says that's their favorite. See, that's what they don't know. They try to say shit. I mean, people should have been arrested. Right. Because they said I was someplace I wasn't. Right. Make sure. Wild. That car is going to drive off the road into that house. I don't know how strong the curses are, how imminent they are. A lot of times, if I see them, then there's a lot of validity to it. I mean, it could just be a person driving down the road, and at that point, they're right into the house. It could be inebriated, could lose control, could, sneeze. It could be anything. Hit the curb, in through the front window. Right. Could be drunk. Name could be Pete. Smoking a blunt. Your name's Pete. Driving too fast for conditions. All right, this is where I need to get that by Eric's. Wild. This area needs to be healed. I knew actually before I got here, Ranch Walmart, whatever that is. Right. This area here needs to be healed. I knew that before I arrived here. This is the only area that I saw. But see, back there, I didn't see that area, and it had a lot of people of color that need to be healed. I actually said it with my window down. When you hear me go, this area needs to be healed. I was driving by people. Okay. I wasn't saying directly to him. I was just like broadcasting, and they weren't looking at me, but I heard me, I'm sure. Someone going, what are you talking about? Some people do. One black guy, I could see he knew. He didn't, but he's an old salt. He knows not to even move or flint because they'll know that he heard me. All right. I think I'm going the right way. Yeah, the other area. I don't know if Oak Park's always messed up. It could be people just getting angry, and they just launch the curse. But again, it could be if they curse a person of color, I end up getting it cursed with that because I heal people of color, right? Here, guys. I want to write straight. Kenilworth Avenue is where in Baltimore. You have to go Kenilworth Avenue. And when I say like a road like that, you should go like quarter mile, half mile each way. That's what you're supposed to be doing, actually. I didn't know. I was asleep. I didn't know about it. But see, I was a natural healer, so I was absorbing all that shit, and I had no way of healing myself. I should have just hooked up with a woman and been married. It's all that had to happen, and the planet would have been completely different. But they blocked it. It was disgusting. Wild. Where am I at right now? Okay, there's Sprouts. Whoa. Is this a mall? Can't remember what this is. Bike America. That's like God. God does that. God has me say that. God says a lot of stuff through me that I can read. That it means I'm supposed to heal an area, but it's nothing to do with what I say. Because it's way that way it doesn't usually get blocked as easy, right? And then Satan doesn't know what it means sometimes. Like if I say Larry and I'm looking at somebody, that person's like a Larry. They're cursed. So I have to heal them. Like you'll say thanks, Larry, through me, or God will say thanks, Larry, and that means thank you for healing that person also. But then there's also like sometimes I come around a corner and I'll say Larry because it's part of the conversation, right? And there'll be a Larry to heal that person. They're in the head. I'm trying to get my bearing. Okay, this is all confused over here. This all needs to be healed. Lowe's, and I guess whatchamacallit is constructing over there. What's that Irish name? I forget. Shamrock, that's it. He's a shamrock. He's not real. So Metcalf and 95th. Go south about it. Probably a couple blocks, and then north probably about half mile or something. You can speak about healing things. I don't know, people think that's religion. Actually, most people in religion don't heal things, except for their own bank accounts. I was hoping I found some vinyl. It's just too much money, but I got to get it. Again, I'm sitting here entering into the apartment, and if I put vinyl in my bedroom, it's a loose light. That's all, right? Yeah, carpet, right? But I have a little piece down just to test it, and that's really thin. It's like almost the thinnest you could get. Not most thinnest, but just basic. And it's fine on the carpet. It was just like it's like walking. It actually firmer than the EVA foam that I had. Right, so it's the same thing, but nicer, right? Not a jigsaw puzzle. I had to buy the 6x9 piece for $22 or $24. Like I don't do the rebates at Menards. I got to get with that. Everything's actually cheaper if I do the rebates. I was just glad to get that humidifier for that price. It was a great price. But I found it just was too something. Like, jeez, the most I could afford is probably like $139, and that's a reach because I have to do that. That's the price with the freaking rebate. Right. Well, it seems like a lot of money, but if I spend a year in there, and I might not, I might move to a different apartment. I nothing to say. I won't do a buyout. All right. Here we are at Antioch and 95th. The lights screwed up. I don't know if it's metaphysical, physical, or what, but the yellow was short. And again, you could have the shortest yellow in the world, but if it's a blessed intersection, then it doesn't. Okay, regular gas is $3.57. Besides having the price down, Sion, CO. See, they're making fake debts for everybody. Get rid of your debt. I mean, if you owe for something in your life, that's one thing. These are all fake debts. So you're going to meet the 357. That's really what they're doing. They're sick. So you have to heal that intersection. So if it's like a cursed intersection, you could have the longest yellow in the world, and you just can't navigate it. Right? So nothing's really physical, but yet of course things are physical. Well, because all the physical messed up stuff They're trying to get in there and make me use curse words. That's all the physical f ups, right? It's all the physical f ups are based upon metaphysical, but they wanted me to say the word. So you have to heal. Like, so when it goes wrong, you have to heal it. But I think cops were manipulating him on me. They make me sit there for like 3 lights in a row, shit like that. Like stop it real fast, so I have to jam on a brake. It started that, as far as I know, in Santa Fe, New Mexico. They put their fake people in place, you know. It's bullshit. There was no reason to do it. They act like, oh, it's your fault because you're the criminal. So again, we're living in the Soviet Union. Because this is what it was, a bunch of, you know, cliques, communist cliques. Again, they weren't communists. They weren't saying, how can we, you know, fix the world for our buddy? It was just shtick that they used to stick their buddy, you know? Right. Steal everything from the world. And admittedly, you know, everybody was hungry and didn't want to be hungrier. Right? And then, of course, at a certain point, they made it, and some, you know, were rude, some weren't. Like I told you about Pastor Pete, was it? Pastor Peter, I think. What was his name? He was in the Soviet Union. He's Baptist. You know, the Baptist eventually became a Baptist in the United States and would do a talking circuit with this kid. But he was ordered killed, I think. Or he was ordered. What were they going to do to him? I forget. It would have killed him. They ordered him to Siberia or something. Again, I don't even remember. I think he was in Siberia or something. But what happened was it was a big one-room area, and the kitchen was curtained off. And the wife could hear what he was telling Pastor Pete, or Peter, I guess it is. Peter, I can't remember his last name. Right. And his wife went, opened the curtain, and yelled at him and said, you're not going to do that. So she yelled at him, and he never did it. It was like that was like the down. I mean, of course, you know, it's not good that they would do that, but that was the downfall of the Soviet Union. You had, you know, everybody, you know, there was no really incentive to do much anything. I mean, in certain ways, yeah, but like once you're in Siberia and you're like a boss in Siberia, I mean, nobody's really checking up on you. Right? I mean, nowadays they might, because, you know, it's more modern, but back then, you know, they're not going up to Siberia to check to see if he messed with Peter or not. They send message to do something to him, and he was in like nasty prisons and stuff for being a Christian preacher. But you know, it doesn't have to do anything with religion, but it might. Again, religious people are the same way. They're like little Soviet bosses. So again, I'm not saying it's only Christians. Again, it's both sides of any argument. That's how Satan plays the planet. But essentially, what's happening to me is the Soviet Union took over and taught, you know, little Hitlers in government to be Soviet agents, and we're shadow remunerators, no doubt. They couldn't get anywhere with the scumbags that they were. Still same today. That's what happened to the country. No lie. It was a takeover by the Soviet Union or the Soviet oligarchs. Now, it doesn't mean that if you're a Democrat and you support Ukraine that that you don't have your own dirt. It's very similar. Yeah, I mean, these spy agencies thought it's the greatest thing in the world. Find some shithead government employee that ain't worth a fuck, pay him money, and he kills everybody for you, and you make sure he gets promoted. She gets promoted. That's pretty much where we are today. The culmination of all of that. Then you say that that's the only way to have money is to be a criminal, you know. And everybody goes, and government goes, yeah, yeah. I used to eat Popeyes all the time. I used to love Popeyes. God, I can't even imagine eating another living being. I just couldn't imagine. I get away from this truck here. He parked in like 2 lanes. I guess he's serious about no dings. Kristen! That's one good thing about owning a crappy old van. I guess it's not all that old, but still getting a spot there, I guess. Who cares about the dings? Something's going on here. Okay, Hillis parking lot here, pedestrian safety. Thank you, Lance. Which one? The Ross parking lot here in Oak Park. Probably want to do the whole area.